All right, welcome to Soul Tales, episode 8 for the culture. Now, this is our once a month live show, nothing but sneakers, all sneaker talk. Let's bring the crew and let's see who we got in the house tonight. Boom, fellas. What's good with you guys? We got regular guy, Ricardo, what's good? We got our money bags, E, we got CB, we got BEZ, and we got E Rich. Fellas, come off mute. What's good with you guys?
What up? What it
do?
What's up with y'all?
Good
Yo,
to
I
see you, brothers.
love
Good to
I
see you,
love
brothers.
E Rich doing his Chris Collinsworth slide in,
Good to see you, brothers, man. Look, this is our live sneaker show. We do once a month, all sneaker talk, in fashion now because we're gonna all that's part of the culture. So we'll have a good conversation tonight. Got a couple good topics we're gonna bring up. But let's go around the horn and see how everybody's doing. We'll bring up some regular news because a lot of things happened today or within the week that probably can't wait a week to bring up because it's kind of hot right now. But let's start with you, Ricardo. Welcome back, brother. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm good. I can't complain.
Glad you
Just
reached
making-
out.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get it. E.
Which E?
You.
Nah, good, bro, man. Mom's had me putting together rocking chairs just now, bro. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I survived, but I
There
was
you
mad. I was mad as hell. Like, yo, why would you buy something I got to put together? Hey, like, we could have just went to Home Depot, picked it up fully together. Like,
we got to do that.
and I thought about you too, B. I was like, I should just call B, come put this shit together. I throw you 100 real quick. Man.
He's a professional.
Yeah. Next time I got something to put together, I'm gonna call you, bro.
Shout out to Black Business Series.
For sure.
E. Rich, what's good, bro?
Man, as we was talking before, as you see, I'm in the hotel for work. You dig, out here just trying to get it in. Man, shit's crazy this week. Outside of work, it's like you said, it's some things that we definitely should talk about because it's crazy out here on the West Coast as far as some, everything that's going on in Cali is crazy right now.
Yep. B.
What's good, man? Nothing much, man. Just happy to be out here.
What's the shirt say?
Natural born leader.
There you go. Okay. CB, long time no see.
Yeah. Been a few hours at least.
Yeah. Around the coffee bar. Yeah.
Right. Nah, but this is one of my favorite times of the month. Just talking about sneakers for hour plus with the homies.
Exactly. So, all right, let's before we get into our topics, I want to bring a couple things up. One, I alluded to a couple of you guys I was going to bring up, but Supreme Court, man, look, before not diving too much into it, but a big decision was made earlier this week. Was that Monday? When did that ruling come down? Doesn't matter. It was a horrible ruling. It was a horrible ruling.
Yeah.
Supreme Court pretty much made the ruling to overturn Roe v. Wade, and that's we kind of saw it coming because of the leaked email thing that kind of went around. But a lot of people thought that maybe it would swing back the other way. But I don't know, man. To me, CB mentioned it before. I think we all mentioned it that men in general, but then old white men shouldn't have a say in what goes on in a woman's body, right? Your body is your temple. That's your house. So however you decide to treat it or not treat it or whatever is up to you. There shouldn't be a law or rule in place to tell you what you can and cannot do with something that belongs to you. That you wake up with every day and look in the mirror every day, put shoes on your feet every day, dress, whatever, every day. So, but let's go around, maybe get some quick reactions about that. Well, so we won't dive too much into it, but I just think that it's a big topic. And if you guys have anything you would like to express, now's the time.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Ricardo, you can go.
For me, what you said is what it is. And the old white men should not have a say in what a woman does with their body.
That includes Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, fact.
It does.
Facts.
It does. And another thing for me is like this right here shows why voting is important. Because you had a president in office that was able to get 3 Supreme Court justices on the Supreme Court. And they will probably be there for the next 40 to 50 years.
Which is another thing. They gotta kill these term limits though. It's ridiculous, yo.
Yeah.
So if
I
we
mean-
think Roe v. Wade is not where it's going to end,
Nah.
No.
That's the sad part.
They have the majority. It's not going to end there. So I just hope, and it's funny, all those people who, you would see on social media saying all this about, oh, there's no need to vote. Voting's not important. I haven't seen not one of them voice an opinion about this.
Right.
The big topic going around is, you're against killing babies, but the death penalty is still in play, right? It's easy to get a gun and go shoot up elementary schools,
But it's about the kids.
Yeah,
Like,
you want
yeah, I
to
don't
protect
know.
them. You want to protect them when they're in the womb, but once they come out the womb, they on their own.
Right.
And
I
then,
mean,
and then another thing that happened, they talk about all these people, with social service, they had people being on social service and all this kind of stuff. You're gonna create more social service because you're gonna create more people that can't take care of kids.
Absolutely.
It's more welfare.
don't we have like a formula shortage right now?
Exactly.
So I mean, there are just like so many levels to this that it just feels like we're hustling backwards, right? And I think the point that I brought up before, and I think this is what Clay was alluding to, like we would not trust some of these people at their age on the road to operate a vehicle, but yet they're allowed to make laws and operate the country. That doesn't add up to me, man. So, I feel for all the women out there. As a man, I feel powerless in this type of situation. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I am exercising my right to vote, and what's coming of it. Like some stuff that I don't think this is in, the best interest of the public. And you actually have, like we've talked about this before, how, not trying to make it all about race, but women of a certain color, they kind of ride the coattails of the men of the same color because it benefits them a lot of times. And now they're in a situation where this is affecting them. So you go on social media, you're seeing ladies that they lean very far to the right. They're red through and through. And they're like, oh, I feel like I'm being attacked. It's like, yeah, there seems to be a war on women right now. And I think all of us have multiple women in our lives that are very important. And, it's not something that, it doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? It really feels like we're hustling backwards. And like we've already alluded to, this isn't the end. This is just the beginning if something doesn't change.
Now, I will say this. There is opportunity for you guys. I'm a capitalist. So, guys, if you want to buy all the Plan B, bro, stock up on Plan B, the resale market is going to be crazy, son.
StockX is going to be popping off.
StockX. Oh, my God. Stock B?
Hey, what I got to say might get us banned, so I'm not gonna get too deep
Oh, geez.
into it. But we all know why this came to be. It was to kind of get rid of minority babies by people getting abortions. Now that their population is lower, they can't afford to not have babies, and a lot of people in the southern states, they're having abortions. It was not meant for white people to have abortions. They're having it, and their mortality rate is high, and their birth rate is low. So with self-preservation, I don't like it, but it is what it is, bro.
I mean, but
Yeah, that was one of the things I was gonna go with too, for real.
if we
I ain't
also be
go
clear,
too deep, but we know why they did it.
let's also be clear though, abortions is not going to stop.
Right.
No.
There's
It's
still
only in
gonna
certain
be-
states.
Not even in states
It's going to be more
even in
dangerous.
states where it's illegal. It's going to be a black market. So you're going to have women, taking their life and taking a risk with their life to abort a baby. That's why Roe v. Wade was put in place to stop those things from happening.
Illegal, unsafe.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
It's crazy though. E, I know you want to say something.
And he rocking back and forth. Right?
I was trying to get mine in there before E, because E gonna go here. So I want to go here and not get us kicked off with there. You know?
So you say this is gonna be me that's gonna get us kicked off? Nah, I'll just say this. We started out with it's the beginning of the sentence of the monogram to what this was. This country is built off of old white men making rules and being powerful, and this is just them doing what they've been doing from the beginning of time. And again, until that changes, until the narrative of the power shift happens, I mean, you know, this is something that our kids are going to probably go through, you know, in that sense, where the turnover of, they're going to look back and this is a history mark in the book. Remember when we was reading it off of when it became law compared to now it's coming off of it.
Right. And I've read something before we switch real quick. I've read something that this is all repercussions of politics began to shift, right? When Obama was elected, when you had your first black president, but then politics started to look younger, right? You got a lot of younger people voting, active, excited about change. And after that, after Obama, there was nothing in place. And the right person came along at the right time and brought back all these old politics and old feelings that was just sitting in the underbelly, kind of festering away, but still there. And now these are the repercussions of that. I mean, for a while, as long as what's her name, the justice that just passed, Ginsburg, as long as she was there, this law was protected. Like it wasn't going anywhere. But as soon as she passed away, Coney Barrett got right in there, and that's when you kind of knew it was getting ready to happen. The right people were in place to change these things.
Yeah, you think about it. One president, not a two-term president, was able to get 3 justices in there.
That's insane, bro.
And look up their past, yo. Like, look up the rap sheet that these, you know, motherfuckers have. You know what I mean? Like,
Obama couldn't get one. That was crazy.
Yo, they stalled him out.
Yeah, exactly. That was
he had somebody elected and they stalled him out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he only got one. I think he got Sotomayor in.
Yeah.
But they the way they was playing games too, son. Like
he was trying to get Merrick Garland in there also, and that's when they stalled out on.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. Well, real quick, another kind of big news that happened today. I don't think anyone saw this one coming because earlier this week, Kyrie had opted into the money to come back to Brooklyn.
Pretty much figured he was going to do that
to get his payday, and it was still kind of lingering that maybe he could get requested trade, play out maybe the first half of the season, but just kind of see where he can get traded to after getting the bag. But out of nowhere, KD requested he wants out. So now at this point, Kyrie's back in play to leave because there's nothing there. There's nothing left in Brooklyn at this point. They just re-signed Patty Mills.
They got Ben Simmons, huh?
And I'm about to say your boy Ben Simmons posted a picture of him.
You mean gluten-free LeBron?
Yo.
NBA free agency is the most exciting time of sports to me, postseason to me, because all these big moves and contracts happen.
Because it's free agency time now. Y'all see the Jalen Brunson deal that just came through?
Yeah.
Why? I can't. I still, to the life of me.
Knicks just gave him 104 over 4.
Him?
Yeah. Because that's Dinwiddie.
Yeah, before 5'11" point guard.
You see, Bradley Beal got 5 years, 250.
Bagley Beal.
Yeah,
he's Bagley around here.
Exactly.
Yeah. His last year that contract, he's gonna make $57 million.
To me, it doesn't make sense it didn't make sense for him to leave. Everybody knew that Brad was going to take them.
He's leaving.
Just I give him 2 years.
I
I think he's out of here this year. He's doing the sign and trade. He's not staying here this year.
You think
That's
so?
that's a lot of money to take on.
Yeah. What team got money to pick that contract up?
Somebody gonna take him. That's
Somebody
the only
may-
reason you
I
can't.
don't know. Yeah. Any kind of contender can afford him.
They just priced him out of like LA and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
It's tough. That's
Cause I think this year he gonna make a little bit under 50, like 48, 49 or something.
Come on,
And
y'all
this is-
acting like the Lakers didn't take on Russell Westbrook's $40-something million.
I mean, that was like 2 years.
Yeah, acting like,
but that's still on the books.
y'all acting like Houston didn't take on John Wall $40-something million and told him stay at home.
But they swapped it out. They swapped him and Russell out though.
they kind of cancel each other. It's gonna be tough. I
You
think
paid
the
somebody
Wizards.
$40 million to sit at home for a year.
That's the
Hey,
dream.
look, it was funny as hell why he gave him a discount the last year though. You know what? You owe me 47. I'm gonna take 40. I'm gonna shave 7. He gave him a discount.
Y'all got to look at it from the GM's perspective. That was them saying you giving us 7 so we can match the contender rate, right, for buyouts for whoever else we got. In order for us to be able to get rid of you, open up a roster spot and still get $7 million in cash is different than what goes on your books. So again, that's a GM move that they pulled. That's why when people be like, "Oh, they bought him out," it ain't the player negotiating how much they giving back. It's how much the team is telling you we gonna take from you in order for you to get up out of here, or you gonna sit here and die because because after their contract is dead, they have less of a ability to go somewhere with no money on their books. Then they don't have a price line for them to get picked up. So, and so what? He going to the dead ass Clippers.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna get no PT behind Reggie. Cause what's the bug eye little dude?
Yeah,
that's out there?
Reggie Jackson.
He balling, and you talking about putting him in a situation where he would go over to the bench.
And
Nah,
he
that's not
hasn't
happening.
played a full season in years.
Yeah, he only played 20 games in the past 3 years.
Yeah. So what do you guys think the ultimate landing spot for KD is? We saw that he wanted Phoenix or Miami, but at this point, I mean, Brooklyn really has all the chips because they can get pretty much whatever they want for him, or they can play hardball. Brooklyn wants Booker in return for KD,
As they should demand. Because if you're Brooklyn, why would I just give it up for Aiden? Aiden ain't gonna do nothing.
No,
You know, star power there, yo. Like, nah, give me Booker then. If y'all want him so bad, because I'll be damned if I make y'all a contender and I ain't gonna get nothing.
Right, we about to lose everything, the whole house.
Yeah, nah, give
I'll
me
be
Booker.
honest with you. I mean, yeah, that's what you asked for. I'm not a fan of Devin Booker like that. Like, I've watched him in 2 straight playoffs choke pretty much. Like, to me, Devin Booker,
It's been a vertigo of him.
I feel like Devin Booker is a system player. Like, if you run plays for him, he can come off screens, down screens, stuff like that, and get a shot off. But if he's required to create his own shot, he struggles. I've watched that.
He can get a bucket though.
He struggles.
But he got to get it. One thing. He got to get it in spots though.
He has to get it in the flow of the game. You can.
And
To me, Devin Booker is not like, hey, nobody else has it going. We need you to take over this game, create your own shots.
He can do it.
Booker, I wouldn't want to go there either, though.
But if you lose, if you make that happen, you still don't know the health of CP3. You know what I mean? That's the
Stop it. This is right now. We
the
definitely
serial
need to
nut
change.
puncher.
Yeah, now we need to officially change this subject because that fool is the most clutch. I have an injury in the playoffs. Don't show up, and for the regular season to be as good as it is, playoff for him to be as good of a player that they said, like he's going to be the one that we're debating when his career is over to say that he was a great regular season player. Playoffs, he balls, but he never finishes. He couldn't look for him to be as bad as he was. First of all, you look at all the teams that he's had and the players that he's had with him. You mean to tell me that he can't be?
And he's been in some big games. A lot of big games.
And he
that
can't.
Houston game. That Houston game 6. Was that game 6 or game 7? Game 6.
It's a lot of them. The Clippers.
Chris Paul has punched more nuts than games he's seen in the finals. I don't want anyone to ever forget that. Outside, they see all the State Farm commercials. They think he's a Family Guy. Just remember, there are entire YouTube compilations going back to this man at Wake Forest of him punching dudes in the nuts.
He is dirty.
Hey, shout out to Julius Hodges, man. He took it on.
I'm saying people don't.
Shout out to Julius Hodges, man.
People don't even remember that. And I'm like, yo, that is my first memory of Chris Paul was him punching Julius Hodge in the nuts.
That's when I call him. That's why I call him the young Isaiah Thomas, man.
But I Ricardo brought it up, and I'm gonna take this just to another tangent. Is I'm gonna compare Devin Booker to Kyrie. Because Kyrie has not accomplished anything on his own. He's needed somebody. He's needed to be Batman, or he's needed to be Robin as someone else's Batman. Like Kyrie needed LeBron. He didn't do anything before LeBron got to Cleveland, and he's done nothing since he left.
Yo, then it was a bad look for the young Celtics without Kyrie to get all the way to the conference finals, bro. Mm-hmm. Then when you come back, they make the playoffs. They get bounced in the first round.
And he played for the Celtics. Swept. Crazy.
Yep. Yeah. And as we're getting ready to switch, I will say, Tatum. If Tatum works on this game or his confidence, I should say, that Celtics team should definitely be back. The way he strapped down KD that series. I mean,
people sleep on Jaylen Brown. Like,
oh yeah, no,
he balled the last series. Yeah, he balled.
Jaylen gets it, man.
Jaylen Brown got to work on his handle because I swear every time he goes to the basket,
that Bama could not go left.
He can't dribble. He can't dribble for shit.
Someone said he's got the best worst handle package in the league. Like it's kind of hilarious.
I also think I've seen it where people saying that they even need to trade Marcus Smart or bring in a more traditional point guard. I do think that hurt them in the finals because they were relying on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to create too much. Yeah. And that's not them. That's neither one of them. They were trying to create for other people. And Marcus Smart is the heart of that team. So I don't think they can lose him, but they need someone that can really run an offense in that position.
I respectfully disagree to they need a point guard because if you look at it, Golden State doesn't have a true point guard.
They got somebody that can control the team and control the game.
Which is not a point guard. But what I'm saying is, so you take Al Horford out of that equation and you bring in a young version of if you look at it, Iguodala or somebody in that caliber that is the floor general that tells how the offense is ran. What I'm saying is, because if you look at it, bro, the point guard has evolved into a shooting two guard at the level of once. Like I said, Trae Young couldn't go to there because he's not really a point guard, right? He's just in a point guard body, but he's really a two guard. Celtics, they need somebody that's able to say, I can control the defense and the offense by not having the ball in my hand. And Marcus Smart can only do it on the defensive side. He can't do it on the offensive side.
Correct. So my issue with Marcus Smart then on the offensive end is then what is he doing? Because when you bring up Golden State, yes, Steph is not a traditional point guard, but Steph can also shoot the ball. So yes, when you have someone else handling the ball, Steph can stand at the line and shoot your lights out. Marcus Smart can't. So then he still is a liability to me on the offensive end.
He's a good corner three. Take a look at his last 2 years at the 3 point at the 3.
His decision making sucks.
But listen to this though. No, and I agree with that. But look at, first of all, the Brad Stevens offense was trash to begin with. Why? Because it was built around Gordon Hayward, and they tried to keep that same offensive scheme while he was there. Then you turn around and you have in a new coach that's a Pop, that's grown from Pop, right? Which is more of a ball movement, right? Which worked for them. But you lose out when you have an Al Horford because Al Horford is not a Tim Duncan. He's not a Aldridge, right? That has a crazy mid game. You know what I'm saying? That you can't do nothing about. So what that does is that leaves the ball. Marcus Smart would have the ball and nobody was moving. That is not his fault. That is a offensive coach's detriment to his team is that they don't know how to move the ball if they don't have it in their hands. So what I'm saying is, the fact of the matter is, if he's your heart, he's your dog, If you move the ball, he's doing all the little tidbits that you need on the offensive side to where your two offensive players that are supposed to be getting off can still do their thing. They never took advantage of mismatches. He got outcoached as well as the team
Oh
just wasn't
nah,
that
no.
good.
And then in the finals, man, like at what point do you take Al Horford out of the game? Because they keep abusing him in the pick and roll and having him check Steph Curry. Yeah, they was just fucking with him, bro. It was
Yeah, that
ridiculous.
was
Like,
a
yo,
mismatch.
nobody,
Like,
you're not gonna say nothing. Y'all just keep on having one-on-one with Steph Curry. He was abusing them, bro.
Hey,
I need
but
to
he was
Tatum.
But I
a
think
second or third best player of the series, though.
I needed Tatum to get that Mamba mentality because he was
But
talking
I
about
think
it.
also
I ain't see it.
what you were saying about Al Horford being abused by Steph. I think now that's a coaching issue because if you watch those games, they were switching those picks way too easy. They wasn't even really hard picks to really force them to have to switch. So there was no reason for Al to end up on Steph.
It was crazy.
And they kept doing it over and over. Like they they just kept picking on him.
And never
Speaking
fixed
of doing it over and over and over again, look, there's Joe Freshgoods has been doing it over and over and over again with these collabs.
That
Right?
guy
Not
is
to my man.
That guy-
You a fool with the switch up. Man.
that is a
His
transition.
Segment game be on point, man.
That's
He's
a
got-
transition king there, boy.
Yeah. Goddamn, boy. You all right, boy.
So look, right, Joe Freshgoods. He's been around for a while, and as you look, I posted the shoes, kind of just some of his collabs because he's got a couple. He's got a couple with he's got the Converse, which I have a pair of those. He's got the New Balances, which CB has. The
9060s.
The 9060s, right? Which I think to me is up for top 5 of the year. The way it's designed, the colors and everything. But this guy's killing it right now with collabs. I mean, he does clothes as well. And it's hard. We all know in the sneaker community, if something is hard to get a hold of, it makes you want it more. Right? The way the sale with the New Balances was horrible because he did a Instagram drop, and then you didn't really know if you got it or not.
Except for CB.
Except for CB. Then it went to the wrong house.
That was a risk.
Exactly.
That was a big risk.
Then there was the live drop on New Balance's website where, I don't know if the bots just ate it up because if we got in line right away, it put me at like position 900 and whatever out of how many was in line. So you just got to hope that 900 and how many ever people in front of you don't wear your shoe size. But we waited out. And also with that, I believe this is the one they took your money, right? And then you may not have gotten the product, but then they refunded you as well. It was poorly done. But I will say, the collabs are dope. I like the collabs he's done. I just want to get you guys feel about what you think the Joe Freshgood collabs are this year within the sneaker culture.
I'll be honest. My favorite one from him, you don't even have pictured down here.
There's a couple of them here.
Yeah, that No Emotions 992.
Yo.
Yeah.
That is hard.
Look those up. If
They
people are
go for
not
like
familiar with
$3,000.
those, look those up on StockX and GOAT and be like, and if you haven't, if you're in that tax bracket, good for you. Good for you.
I think I looked them up today, and I think my size was like $3,000 for a pair of New Balance.
Yep.
For a pair of New Balance.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
the other one that you have, that outside clothes, the 990.
Mm-hmm.
He released that. He came here and did a release at the store somewhere. That was pretty dope.
Was that I knew there's a New Balance. Well, there was a New Balance in was that Tinleytown? Was that, or was he in the city somewhere with the?
No, he was. So it's a store called Somewhere.
He's somewhere. So okay, yeah. Okay.
Yep, he did a release there.
Okay. Go ahead.
I just love the way that he's been basically just doing all of this stuff, getting the community involved, the way that they plan out basically the stories behind all of the sneakers. Like there's something to be told there. And like I was telling Kaleo earlier in the week, like for him, it's more than just sneakers. Like you can go to his website, you can see all the different collabs that he's done. And really it's about, helping the community out. And that's something that for no other reason I think is admirable and something that is worth highlighting, because that's one of those things nowadays where that's what we need, that sense of community, bringing people back together and everything, because there's a lot of that there's a lot of divisive stuff that goes on in the world and in the sneaker community in general. And for him to be doing stuff to actually try to bring people together and to raise up where he's from, to me that's one of the dopest things possible.
And before anybody else goes, hold on real quick, E.
Right.
And I want to just talk about the next collab he has with, I think everybody has a love perhaps for Vans. Now he's attacking the Vans brand with the collabs. And I mean, there's 3 different colorways. We've got that infamous pink that he's kind of thrown in most of his sneakers. Then now he's got the red, which I mean is dope alone. And then I'm assuming that's a lighter pink, whatever that is, closer to the very top. But
like beige or something.
Yeah, I mean, to me, these are dope. I mean, so now we can pick up. Go ahead, you pick it up. And
no, I was about to say, I just like what New Balance is doing, man. Like giving the designers, I mean, just changing it up. Because I remember New Balance was straight up like straight up white people shoes, bro. Like straight running joints, like. But then we was wearing it back in the day, especially in the DMV area. We was wearing New Balance for a long time. And you just see like them do collabs with like what's the dude, June Sanders and stuff. He had some dope joints. But yeah, so no, shout out to New Balance, man, for crossing over into the fashion world. It was not fashion. They was not a fashion shoe.
Salehe Bembury over the last couple of years.
Yeah, Salehe has does yep.
You know the crazy part, a lot of people don't realize this, and listen to what you're saying.
Bring them up, CB.
New Balance has always had the best quality of sneakers, like suedes and stuff like that. Even back to when they did like the Colgate release, a lot of their 1500s have always been like excellent quality material sneakers. It just wasn't super popular in the sneaker culture. But yeah, they've been doing this for years. It's just now for some reason in the sneaker world, collabs are like such the thing to draw everyone's attention, and they've jumped on that wave and just went collab crazy.
Yep, and they got the right collab.
Yeah, correct.
I like what they did because they're giving smaller people opportunity to shine, because that's something Nike doesn't do. Nike lost a lot of people because they wouldn't give them the opportunity to expand on what they want their shoe to look like. So New Balance decided to step in and say, hey, I'm going to give you a chance, you a chance, you a chance. And everybody got their own following. So if you like Joe Fresh Goods, well, maybe at first you was able to get a shoe. It's going to be hard now, but at least you got an opportunity to follow them. So yeah, big ups to New Balance, for real, and the DMV, because we've been wearing them. Like New Balance came up with the color gray. Like when I think of a gray shoe, I think of New Balance. I mean, even
they have their own gray day. You know what I mean?
The gray Sacai's, to me, the waffles, they look like New Balance. When I saw them, I was like, oh, New Balance, gray. But yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that he did the Vans collab, because we had a previous conversation about a shoe that came out here that was a replica of the Vans product, that wavy bullshit. And this right here is gonna bring back the true skateboard community to be on that Vans shit, especially with another dope collab. I mean, like I said, we talked about it. Like Vans gets it right when it comes to collabs, local, and also just by the sheer, the colorways and just the shoe in general. So it's dope that he decided to do a Vans one next, because that wavy bullshit is.
And I haven't seen an official release date for the Vans, but you got to imagine with the buzz behind what he's done and other collabs, it's probably going to be hard as hell to get a hold of at least one of these 3 pairs that's releasing. Typically you can get a hold of any Van, no matter the collab, no matter how hype around it is. But and then I don't know if there's limited. I'll try to find as much detail as I can as far as these be limited release. Are they, skater shop release? But just know that they're coming, and those are the official images. Now we can keep talking about them, but let's bring up somebody else who's also been doing their thing in the collab world. Salehe Bembury, as CB brought him up earlier. This guy with the collabs again. He's got a few. He's got the New Balance runs. He's got the Anta, and then also
hard,
they're ridiculous. And then with something that we've never, wouldn't have expected. He's got a Croc that now
they're
is
not sneakers. Crocs are not sneakers,
and those things are probably going to be nominated, probably top 5. I mean, somebody will probably have these in their top 5 sneakers or shoe of the year because one, hard to find, but they're so different. And a lot of people wearing them. You've seen LeBron wearing them. You've seen Miguel advertising them. It's a Croc, but look, they're hard to get a hold of, and on StockX they're going for like $300 to $400.
Ridiculous.
That's
for a clog. So again, somebody else has been doing a thing, and they're his up and coming. Well, he just dropped this collab now with Brand Black with the Vibram soles. Again, the Vibram soles are comfortable. I don't know if you guys have a pair of shoes with Vibrams in them, but he's partnered with Brand Black, which these shoes right here now, again, expensive as hell. And Brand Black is one of those companies where if you're buying from them, you're not going to question the price tag because their price tag is pretty steady at like $250 on up. So, but that was the most recent collab. I think they're pretty dope. I mean, they look kind of crazy, but I'm into the kind of
look comfortable,
crazy shoe, right? I mean, the colorways are kind of dope with it. So, how do you guys feel about the collab or the run that Salehe's kind of having right now?
Well, I almost had a pair, but that was a tragic story.
Oh, the Crocs.
But I don't want to talk about it. But going on to his clothing, I love his clothing too as well. It's all like his clothing to match all his shoes. So if you wore the Crocs or you got the Yeats or whatever, if you bought his brand of clothing, they would fit whatever shoe he comes out with. So definitely respect to him. And I thought I would have a pair, but it wasn't in the cards.
So for me, both pair of the 2002 R New Balance are fire. Like,
yes,
we can get that out the way. They are both fire. I'm not a Crocs guy, so that never appealed to me. And those Yeats, that midsole looks like Bigfoot's bottom row of teeth. I just can't. I can't get with it. I can't get with it. That's just me. I'm not knocking nobody who do like them, but I can't get that's just too much on the midsole. Like that really looks like a mold for Bigfoot's teeth.
I think it's a colorway I like, but I do like the Water Be the Guides way better than those.
Yeah, those are dope too. Said he had a lot, and I just picked a handful. That was easy. What do you feel about these, Ricardo?
I think they're different. They do look like he said, they look comfortable. I think shoes like that, you really have to be able to dress to wear shoes like that. Like, you can't throw on no bullshit with those.
Yeah,
you gotta
have
really,
it paired on your head before you hit the line.
Yeah. You gotta really do your thing with those, man. You can't just throw them joints on all willy nilly and shit, bro.
You definitely wearing high waters with them shits. You know what I'm saying? Like them look like fashion week type shits where you know what I'm saying? They got on the high waters that you supposed to see the whole entire shoe. And
exactly.
It, like I said, my 2 cents is, you know what? I think it's dope that they have it's the celebration that we're doing of them, of the freedom of the artists that they can do the shoes and how they're getting them off, right? We've always gone back to, like B was saying, like, some of the brands, they handcuff the artist, right? But it allows us to kind of show it. Really, if you look at it, it shows the full kind of gauntlet. Like, I don't just have to stay in the one area. I think if anything, I really appreciate the fact that they can go to a different silhouette and they're not a one-trick pony and just be on some, I only rock with New Balance, I only rock with Adidas. That shows the versatility of the artist. But I will say them fucking clogs is definitely not it for me, though, because I definitely ain't wearing them shits or buying the money. I wouldn't even spend money on them shits like that. I'm just going to be just straight up with you. Like, it's not happening. Like,
really? One thing I do like about Salehe, man, his backstory is crazy, bro. Like, just working with Yeezy, then working with Versace, and the Bama started off working with Payless. That's great. He was designing shoes for Payless, bro. And then just the way that his story. He had a mean backstory though, man.
Nice.
I mean, I have never ever wanted to own a pair of Crocs. You know, like literally until he designed a pair, and I was like, "Yo, those are actually kind of tough."
But I
And
will say, don't. But he kind of gave it up too. He said that joint really was inspired by the phone runner too. You
can see it. You can see it. But I mean, those his work with New Balance, the 2002R, like Ricardo said, those joints are just crazy. And like B was talking about, check out any of the shoes that Salehe works on. Look at the promotional material. Look at the outfits that him and the other models are wearing in those joints. Like this is like for real designer fashion shit. You know what I mean? Like that's he's being allowed to operate in his lane, and that's dope.
I will say the promo pictures for the brand black release, that was pretty dope. I mean, lots of colors, a lot of different things paired up, but yeah, like you said, the visuals to accompany the shoe release, the sneaker releases are always pretty dope. So we're talking about for the culture, right? We know how big of an influence, when we get our fit together, typically is what we're going to wear, what we're going to pair with the shoes. I mean, that's all culture, right? Some of us have our own unique style. Some of us choose to match. Some of us choose not to match. Some of us have made things that don't match go together nowadays. Now, if you look at typically, he's not the first to do it, but if you look at some of the stuff that Pharrell does, where he pairs camo with like a pink hoodie or whatever, and then the shoes are like all yellow.
Yeah. That's a fashion hack, though. You can kind of you can camo up anything, bro. That's a hack.
Yeah,
that's like a trick. That's a hack, though. Yeah,
exactly. But stuff that you wouldn't think about, or your parents wouldn't think about when they were dressing you back then, because they tell you, "What the hell you got on? That doesn't match." Now you can make anything. I have on a Hillman jersey with a headband that doesn't have any colors from this Hillman jersey on, and I'm making it work. It's just
that's the sweet thing about fashion now. It has no rules, bro.
Exactly. And then once you get into that mindset of there is no rule of fashion and you can kind of create your own rules, is so much freer because you don't have to worry about like, well, this doesn't go together. And then now, like all my sneakers, typically when I wear my sneakers, they're their own outfit. They don't typically match anything else. I'll show you the shoes that when we do the shoe and tell. What I had on today had nothing to do with the outfit. They were its own personality. So we kind of went around, in the chat to kind of come up with.
You don't have anything in your wardrobe to match what you wore today to work, as far as the shoes go. I
don't. I probably need to get something, maybe a little headband or something. But yeah, so we kind of brought up, and we get our influences from somewhere, or by watching TV. I want to talk about like TV shows growing up, and I know I probably don't have all the graphics that of the shows we're gonna talk about, but let's still bring them up. Of TV shows that kind of influenced, our fashion sense, or just influenced fashion and sneaker culture at the time, and or hip hop. I mean, it all goes together. So I'll bring up the one that seems to have been like everybody has brought it up. Let's start with A Different World.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you're talking about, just alone in this promo pic, what do you see? First thing you see is colors.
Yeah.
Colors. There's nothing bland about what you see here as far as promo. Okay.
Oh, my mic froze?
Froze on us?
What?
Oh, there we go. As far as sneakers, as far as clothes, as far as everything. So let's start with, and what you may notice is Dwayne Wayne was alone. To me, was he set the trend for a lot of different fashion things because the glasses alone, I think was his own trend. People wanted to have the flip up glasses, but then if you look at the pictures,
and Ron with the hats,
and Dwayne is wearing different J's, and I try to, if you can see, he's wearing different J's in almost every picture. He has the 2s on in the far left, then he's got 3s, then he's got the infrared 6s. Ron has on what looks like an early adaptation of maybe the Great 5s. I can't tell.
Yep.
And then, you know, like I said, with the hat and the glasses and the blazer just for casual use. And then you see Pac, like, so hip hop right there, you know. Pac was on a different world. He did a couple episodes. And then I have Freddie, played by Cree Summer. She was her own entity at that point. She was a black hippie.
Yeah.
The wild hair, the piece, just the colorful denim.
Yo, that's one thing that was good about Different World. You saw everybody was represented. Like everybody from like say Whitley, they showed black people represented from every side though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the straight side you had, because people remember, man, Ron was a Republican. He was the capitalist.
I remember that. Yep.
So they purposely made that so you saw that all different shades and aspects of black people, bro. And it was crazy. It was excellent.
You know,
it was perfect. It was perfect.
Right.
But
it
showed.
Go ahead.
It represented what college was. You know, when you went to college, you met people from different walks of life.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays I think one of the things, you know, social media and stuff like that, and the cell phone has hurt. We all can see. I can pull up my phone and see what's going on in LA, see what's going on in New York.
You had to go out there. You had to be outside.
Yeah, back then, that's how you got to know. I got a friend from New York, or I got a friend from LA, or a friend from the South. He's telling me what's going on down there.
Right, exactly. You didn't know what the fashion trend was. It wasn't easily accessible to you back then. Now, like I said, you can look.
Yeah, between videos and social media, you can. That's one thing that kind of hurt too. Social media and videos. Now people start looking the same, so you don't know where nobody from for real.
Right.
Yeah, completely. But you look at the way his fashion, you can wear it today. I can see somebody wearing something in the runway, looking at a fashion show where he got on exactly to the T and be just fine with it. So yeah, that's timeless.
Again, those glasses, the flip up glasses, were huge. I've always wanted a pair of those.
I think one of the two reasons why I was going to a black college was a different world in school days. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at just the culture in itself, was like, it was us, right? Like you said, you knew the cats from New York, you knew the cats from Philly, you knew the cat, like it, because they had their own style and you were able to pick up on that, right? Like me being in Baltimore and Morgan, everybody automatically knew I was from Cali. You know what I mean? Any school I went to outside of the state of Cali, like I already just got the name Cali from the way I talk, from the way I dress, and like you said, like that's the dynamic of it. And if you look at it though, I think that's always what sets us apart as the trends of we do what we want and how we feel, and everybody else snatches it up. That shit that be on that runway has already been done. That shit was being done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our sisters, our mothers, our aunties, all of that shit, they was doing that shit in home, in house, at school, and they was laughed at because they said that's not fashion. And then all of a sudden you look at the shit that they're wearing now and they all were talking about, oh, this is high-end fashion. Man, that fucking Gordon Gartrell shirt that you know what I'm saying, put on, that shit will sell for thousands of dollars. But the way that she made that shit at home is how we really get it in. Like, we create our own shit off of what we want.
Dapper Dan was doing it.
Yeah,
and they basically just took his and just redid it. It was crazy. So
yeah, we control culture. That's the simplest way to put it. We control culture.
Yeah, that's big. Now, I mean, just to piggyback on all of it, like when we're talking about nostalgia being big, like of course they're gonna try to run a lot of this stuff back nowadays too, you know. So when we're seeing it on the runway, and we know that it is not new, but you know, some designer who looks more like my dad than the rest of us is, posing it like this is like some brand new thing. We know that it's not. And we know that imitation is the ultimate form of flattery, but we know where a lot of this stuff comes from. You know what I mean? Like popular culture nowadays if we're being honest, a lot of it just really stems from Black culture. You can't deny that. Like, and if you try to deny it, you're just a hater. That's really what it comes down to nowadays.
Yeah, a lot of high-end brands that we couldn't afford look like streetwear. I mean, like
I remember, I used to, it's crazy. I remember my aunt bought me Dior when I was like 6th grade, bro. That shit was nothing like it is now, bro.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like people didn't really know what Christian Dior. Like people like some snotty shit ran Christian Dior.
Preppy.
Bro.
Yeah,
bro.
Shit. A lot of them was preppy.
The return of Champion.
Yeah.
Compared to the like back then, where Champion was like laughed upon for real, and then like now, like the return of what it has become, and like
Champion got collapsed.
The price tag, like get out of here.
I saw Champion. They got a collab with Todd Snyder, yo. Like
Lil Jon got to feel a collab. Y'all see that?
Exactly. Again. All right, this next one is gonna slap the shit out of you. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Come on now.
Come on.
Look, I went through. This was one of the ones that popped up in my mind right away, because when you think of Fresh Prince, you already know the fives.
Yeah,
like you know,
come on,
fives without laces.
I wear my fives like that to this day.
Man,
yes, I can vouch for it. I seen them.
None of my five have laces.
And just the fashion sense of what he was able to do, to flipping the blazer inside out at the prep school, like, and just wearing the floral pattern on the outside, to, you see the tuxedo with the bow tie around his neck and no collar shirt. Like, I mean, it was.
Come on, the classic cry scene with the 11s though.
Exactly. And then he has on the Carolina Blues on the last episode.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like just the fashion sense. This was definitely huge for the culture. And like Will had some of the baddest chicks in the game.
Yes.
Drop through doing, one or two or more episodes as his interest.
Yeah.
Like how big was Fresh Prince was huge for us. I mean, that's right in the middle of our generation. Different World was kind of a little bit before us, but I mean, it still bled right into us growing up. But Fresh Prince was smack dab in the middle, capturing every feeling like that right there at the age point we were in our lives. So, I mean,
I'm about to go back.
I still remember to this day going back to school the next day, and all the kids. And at that time, I went to a predominantly white school in Waldorf, back when Waldorf was white, and all the white kids were singing the hook. It was crazy. Like everybody knew Fresh Prince, and that it was just iconic.
Right. Yeah. And he also there was a picture in there. He also had on pennies too. Like he had on the pennies before I even knew what the pennies were. Bro, I mean, that's typically how things work when you're in the industry. All right, the next one again was, I think, all around favorite.
Yes,
I think that's where everybody agreed that.
Yo,
that Martin,
every time one of the joints that stood out to me on Martin was the Bordeaux joint.
Bruh, yes, I think I got a picture of that too.
Yeah.
So look, again, we had Pac on a different road. We had Biggie on Martin, and then we got from the Jordan jersey to the tens, I believe he has on
the Olympic penny sleeper joints up there at the top.
Yes,
forgot about them joints.
Exactly. Wow. Then he's got this couple. The Concords on. It's just
the zebra tens.
Yeah, bro. So I think that we were a little older with Martin. Martin started to come around when Fresh Prince was phasing out, but Martin pushed the edge a little bit. And I mean, his fashion sense, I mean, I'm trying to think. Cole,
the
what they
sweatpants with the one leg pulled up to the knee.
The LL joint.
Yeah. I liked it because knowing he was from the DMV, that inspired a lot of people. We like, wow, this dude from, he went to Friendly, he went to Cross. Everybody
know, right?
A little bit everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely happy to see somebody from where I'm from in that big stage, and he definitely had all the shoes, bro.
If you pay attention, like I've showed 3 different shows from probably 3 different eras, and Jordan is highly represented in all 3 of these shows that I've brought up. So I mean, It's crazy.
No, but
Next one.
they said like Fresh Prince used to get like boxes of J's and boxes like they didn't even. They said because even Jazzy Jeff said it. He was like, yo, whatever he is. Once he found out that's what it was, he was like, yo, like he was ready for it, yo. Like he says to this day he still got a lot of them shoes, man.
But then they for the anniversary, they Jordan created like those grape fives where you didn't really need the laces, had the stretch band on the back.
Yeah,
crazy. So this is the last slide right here. It's got a couple shows on there, but then we can talk about stuff that maybe I missed that were also pretty huge. So I got New York Undercover and I got Seinfeld. So let's start with the New York Undercover because these dudes were cops dressing like, I mean, they were cool as shit. He's got the fat farm jersey.
What was the Spanish dude name? I forgot his name.
Eddie Torres.
Yo. Yeah. Torres had the Cement Threes. I remember them drinks. Yeah.
He did. JT and Eddie. I mean, and again, this was the late night Thursday. This closed out the Thursday night roster. And I just remember these dudes being just cool cops. And they always had, again, the Flyers gear. Then they had the dopest bands playing.
Yes.
It just, I mean, the dude, the top picture where he's dressed up in like slacks and a sweater, like he would chase criminals down the street wearing that. In that fall, I don't just whatever. And then you got I brought a couple pictures of Seinfeld, and Seinfeld
was sneaky, man.
Again, he was now
it's
fashionable.
Crazy.
There was nothing fashion forward about what was happening on Seinfeld, but the sneaker game that Jerry had was pretty dope. So
he gave you that cool dad vibe. Like I'm hip with the shoes, but I still got a blazer on, and my button up is tucked in my blue jeans.
Exactly.
But I'm still cool though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know I missed a couple. So let's go around. Just tell me what you guys what I obviously missed. Yeah, let's talk about it.
I think one Live in Color.
I thought about that. Yes.
Live in Color, fashion and music. I mean, a lot of people came from that genre right there, and they pushed boundaries. Jim Carrey, and it was that area when we wore colors, which is bright, vibrant.
Yeah.
I mean, it brings back nostalgia. Like I walk outside, it just you can smell the air of being young. Those hot summers.
Heavy D on the theme music.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So that's one of them for me.
Hey, Carter got a good one.
I would say Wayne's
Ricardo had like 7 or 8 of them before the show started.
I would say Wayne's brothers. If you go back and watch they were killing like and specifically Marlon. Marlon was killing 90s basketball stuff from Fila, Nike,
Concords,
Yeah, he was killing it heavy.
And also tempo drinks.
And then Entourage.
Yep.
You know, Turtle running around looking for those Air Force Ones.
Sneakerhead. He was a true sneakerhead. Yep, Turtle.
For me, Entourage is like in a more modern, like, because that was the late 2000s, right?
Yeah,
me and 3 of my other homies, our nickname for each other was the Entourage because there was 4 of us. And out of the 4, I was Turtle because I was the one that liked shoes the most. So when, he's running around trying to find those Fujiyamas, like, I could relate to that shit. You know what I mean? Like going through every possible outlet to try to get these exclusive sneakers. Like, I think we can all relate to that. So I'm glad Ricardo brought that up because for me, Entourage definitely hit that out. And that's one of the things that from a show standpoint, TV standpoint, and sneakers, that will always stick with me for multiple reasons.
Yep.
Mine was in Living Color because, like I said, if you look at it, the diverse of everybody that was on the show. But if you remember, so this is like kind of where at some point the turn of like all those shows was like really kind of done outside of LA, right? They weren't based in LA. Once In Living Color came and everything was LA, like even Jamie Foxx was talking about how it became a thing on what you showed up to the show with as far as your outfit, because everybody was coming with something that was like everybody in LA was like a designer or they was trying to get this or that. And the fact that Keenan was coming up on the
I was about to say,
industry
yep.
like crazy like that, like everybody was coming in. And if you look at everybody who's graced that stage has gone on to do stuff. But if you look back at their outfits way back when, was doing their own shit and with their own style way back when, I mean, it was crazy. So
Keenan
definitely for
had
me.
the colorful slacks and then the colorful kind of button up to match.
Oh man, I remember that style.
When he came out the house. Yeah.
Hey yo, the party shirts. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah.
I got a picture now with a party shirt.
I just thought about one and giving shout out to the ladies. I think living single pushed a lot for culture, like fashion. I mean, you had Kim Field Regine with the wig. She made it cool to rock. Everyone know that wasn't her hair. She would rock, one scene would be short, then it'd be long, then it'd be braided. Like that was, I think that was huge play for the ladies. But
and now I'm gonna tell you another one for women, and it might not. It started another culture, yo. But Sex in the City had these women believing, yo, they had a fantasy in their minds from Sex in the City, bro.
Yeah,
like you don't understand. Like these kids wanted to buy Jimmy Choo shoes, Manolo blondes, and all this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they sold y'all a dream because people know Carrie Chammy. I say Carrie Chammy, but Carrie, what was her name on the show? Carrie, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Just Carrie. Anyway, yo, she was a writer, yo.
Yeah.
Living in like Manhattan. He was not making that much money, bro, to afford that shit. And living in Manhattan and wearing Manolos and Jimmy Choos, yo. She probably had a salary of like $35,000, $40,000 at the max.
Yeah, but real, I think that really changed the culture because it is some black woman who was watching that show who wanted to wear like that stuff too. But back to living single, you know, they was coming in with the whole HBCU jumpsuits. We can't forget about that. And that Hugh Howard. So that was a big thing right there. And everybody in there was successful. You know, she had her own magazine.
Yep.
So
Max worked at a law firm.
Yeah. So that was definitely.
Yo, a sleeper one for me was Malcolm and Eddie.
Oh yeah,
hey, he's a sneakerhead.
Yeah, because Eddie used to have some shit on that joint, bro.
Yeah. That was
back to living single. As far as the fashion, like some of the stuff Cal used to wear. Seeing Cal when he would get dressed to go out when they was going to little jazz bars and stuff like that.
Like, money.
Killing it. And then I think another thing with Cal too, they touched base on the episode because he was rocking the dreads or the twist at the time, and he touched base. That was a good episode. Touched base on he couldn't get the promotion because of the way his hair was. So I mean, and that up until till recently, like that has been kind of law for men, right? You know, no beard, clean shave, short haircut, you know, suited all the way up to the to the brim, and just nice and clean. But then somewhere along the way, that began to change. The shift happened. I mean, if you look at all of us, I mean, rocking beards, facial hair, whatever, long hair. Tattoos.
Yo, I remember, tattoo. Yo, I used to have to hide my joints, bro. Because in corporate, I ain't want nobody to know that I had them on my arm and shit, bro. Like I used to always wear long sleeves and shit.
That's why I haven't got anything past the elbow, because I was like, I refuse to wear short, long sleeve shirts in the summertime if I have to, because I don't want to show my. But now again, it's just
it's
culture shift.
I mean, if you remember when LeBron was in high school, when he was playing high school ball,
he had the tape. Yep, he had the tape up.
That's crazy, man.
Iverson changed that up for us with the cornrows and the tats. Yeah, he really. And Tupac, don't forget Tupac with the tats, Thug Life, and all that stuff. Definitely. Yeah.
Like I think Iverson and Marbury kind of issued. They brought in ushered in that wave.
Yeah.
That wave of hood dudes. Just we balling and we don't just making money.
With a little part right in the middle of the head. That was a New York thing.
The early 2000s NBA was crazy, bro.
Baggy shorts, man. Look, the shorts. Oh my god.
Oh man,
long chains.
The massive chains, bro.
Yeah,
that was the bling bling era, yo. Like, I remember Darius Miles. Remember had like Rolls Royce on 28s. Crazy.
they had to. It was so bad that they had to put the suit, the dress up.
Dress code in there.
Yeah,
They did that because of AI. Yeah.
It was AI changed the whole game. Then they started wearing very baggy suits though. It was
Look at that
2004,
2003 draft.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh,
Look at LeBron. Like LeBron when he came in 2003 draft, bro,
Yeah.
with the big suit.
Him and Carmelo. Shit.
There's a picture of Iverson with blue jeans and I think a brown blazer on. His jeans could fit like 3 of him in them.
Bro.
Facts.
Yo, why was I wearing so many baggy clothes back in the day?
Bro,
Bro?
like,
I'm so mad. I'm so disgusted with myself, son.
It's what it
so
was.
Mad.
I
was a $140 wearing a double X, bro. Like, what was I doing, son?
It wasn't as baggy as New York here in DMV.
Oh,
When I got
it was not.
They took baggy to another level.
Yep.
Like, you couldn't see the Timbs.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you can't even. Like, you
look at them old Dipset pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that it's not even bad. The more loose fitting style is coming back around.
Trying to. Yeah.
Maybe not baggy, but definitely a little more loose than the tight fit, the Euro look that's still kind of in play.
I'm in my comfort zone, man. I'm done with that Euro shit, bro. Fuck
Exactly.
I'm a sweatpants king, my nigga. I don't even wear jeans like that, son.
They got to be those stretchy denim.
Yeah, man, I'm cool, bro.
Exactly. All right. Yo, B. So we kind of give everybody their own segments. We did the BEZ Fashion before, so let's get it going. What you got for us?
What's going on, everybody? Now, today I want to give up to Piff, giving up to the 20th anniversary, The Wire. Now, if you don't know The Wire and you don't know Piff, you at the right show. It's all about culture. Piff is a major streetwear out of New York, and The Wire is one of the greatest TV shows to ever bless this earth. Now, for the 20th anniversary, Piff decided to come out with a couple of clothes with some of the most iconic pictures that kind of painted a picture on what DC, Baltimore, basically Baltimore, but the DMV, but Baltimore drug life was, called The Wire. So the first shirt I got here.
You got a shirt. Oh.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm about the life, you know. I'm about this life. I don't just talk about it. I'm really about it. So right here, you can kind of see what was going on here. So if you've never seen the show, right here you have 2 police officers. You got Sergeant McNulty and you got Greggs. They're both actually looking at Stringer Bell, who was played by Idris Elba. Yep. He wasn't even known to the world to them.
Yep.
And you got Avon Barksdale played by Wood Harris. Mm-hmm. And you see the reflection of the drug dealers while the cops looking at them. But then you flip it around, you see the view of Stringer.
Oh, that's hard.
And Avon looking at the cops. And that's a scene when they both, and they were playing undercover cops. It's a scene when they both roll past each other and just basically eyeing each other. Here you got Reeves. Rules changed, but the game remains the same. Something they said on the show. Again, one of the greatest shows to ever come out. Shout out to HBO. I got another shirt here. Let me see what I put my baby at. It's one of the best shirts. Out of that. Here's another shirt.
Oh, my man. That is tough. That is tough.
I never knew his real name until he passed. I'm sorry. I always knew him as Omar.
Everybody knows him as Omar.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Michael Kenneth Williams. I actually looked it up. But Omar was probably one of the best likable villains, if you want to call him.
Yep.
He was a local robber who only robbed drug dealers, who actually had a code. No robbing, no shooting on Sundays, all that good stuff. But if you never saw The Wire, definitely look it up. If you never heard of Piff, just off the strength of them paying respect to a great, iconic TV show in our generation, and straight out of Baltimore, which the drug game is still just as bad. But if you've never seen the show, definitely check out the show. And if you never watched checked out Piff, definitely check them out. The price is reasonable. They got some high-end stuff. It's in the middle between like streetwear and lavish streetwear. They just did a collab with Taylor Gang, and it's basically it's golf girl. So you got the streetwear, and you got your golf apparel, waspy street. That's what I like to call them. So you know what you got. But yeah,
How much were the shirts? How much of those
and they
shirts?
were like between $60 and $70. It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. So definitely respect to them.
Dope.
Shout out to them. But yeah, that's about it, man.
All right. Appreciate it, B.
Yeah.
All right, come on, E.
As y'all know, I haven't done one in a while, but I do a segment called Keep It in 100. Is where we display fashion, shoes, accessories under $100, but we try to stay with shoes for the most part. And today, in line with Salehe and just the Croc craze and then the phone running craze, I ran across these Nikes. They are the ACG Mach 3.5, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I like them, man. You can hike in them. They're comfortable. And then one little thing that's kind of cool about them, like the back, you can just like put your foot in them, slide them, put them on like slippers almost. So you just step on the back of them and just slide in them, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, it's something different, comfortable, and I just felt like sometimes you got to step outside the box, man. Like I said, online with the hiking craze now, and like I said, with the Salehe collaborations with Crocs and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of in that kind of form and in that wave and that trend, whatever. But yeah, nice, comfortable. You can, like I said, you can hike in them, you can walk in them, whatever you want to do. But yeah, just something you just throw on real quick, and it's under $100, man. And I like that, and I like the design.
Dope.
I like those.
All right. So I mean, I want to look. This is if you guys if you've never watched it, We Are Something Else podcast. It comes on Thursday 9:30s. I guess at this point 3 times a week, because on the 4th week we do sneakers. He has a segment where he gives his his unpopular opinion, or maybe it is a popular opinion. So this is a version of it. We gotta give it a little different look, but E, I'm gonna leave it to you.
I figured in the realm of For the Soul, we'll keep it sneaker related. Typically, like I said, I'll do other stuff, food and all that other stuff that gets people pissed off. I decided to go with the popular opinion, and if anybody says that they like these shoes, I'll be damned. But is it just E? But the Dada was the worst fucking basketball shoe ever created, and I am so upset that they had put the spinners on there to the effect of, if I'm correct, I'm almost certain. I believe that the creators of Dada are from this area, and I'm not happy. Well, I know they had the roughest pair. Yeah, he had the hardwood and all that good stuff. Like it's really bad. So yeah, is it just a popular opinion that these are the worst fucking basketball shoes that they have ever made? And we've seen some bad ones. There are definitely some bad fucking shoes out there. I mean, literally, cats will wear the Strawberries before they put these. Like if you showed up anywhere with these shoes on, you was getting beat up for just having these shoes. And if you get beat up for having shoes on, and they knew, like, you thought that you was coming to the playground or to the gym, and you thought you was doing something with these shoes, you was getting beat up, and you was not allowed to come back ever again.
Yo, why do I have a skit in my head of a dude where he's coming to the park with those on, and he's trying to explain to him, like, nah, but they spin though, like the joint, right? Nah, but he's trying to sell somebody on them joints. They just killing them.
Are we blaming Latrell Sprewell for this?
Oh, that's
for these for sure. Are we going around? Are we going around to get opinions?
Yes,
we don't need no opinions on these, man. Gotta pair them joints.
Now the and ones. Oh, look at all the Dadas. Oh my god.
Oh, yo, that is
Let me tell
crazy.
you.
Let me tell why
you.
you never played
You
basketball.
wanted a mirror with you.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Wow.
Let me tell you.
Never. CB,
When-
get your boy.
And look, I even brought this up because y'all
Most
gonna listen.
regrettable cop.
Y'all gonna listen. You're gonna listen. You're gonna
Yeah,
listen.
we need to hear it. We need to
Back
hear it.
and we did the show on All-Star shoes, and I told you back when NBA All-Star shoes, the All-Star game, All-Star Saturday, that whole weekend when you got all the different shoes that were just out there, and Chris Webber showed up in the all mirror one of these and played in that game. Those were one of the dopest pairs of shoes I had seen, just because they were creative. Like no one else had mirrored shoes. And I mean, this is a form of patent leather, but I mean, actually probably better patent leather because it hasn't really fallen apart like patent leather typically does. And they never released the mirrors as a release to get, but they did release this colorway that he had. And yes, I went to Foot Locker, and Jarrett Jack was with me when I bought these. We went to Foot Locker, a St. Charles Town Center, and I told him I had to get these. I can't remember what he said. He probably said, "Oh yeah, those are dope." Maybe.
And I know he didn't buy it because he
Not
was like,
anybody else,
but
bro.
Nike.
He never called you
Using
back
the
after
Garrett
that.
Let's not
cosign.
name drop
Yo.
somebody.
Hey, don't. I'm
just
mad,
telling you,
I'm
I
mad that you put Jared. You threw Jared on the bus though,
He
son.
tried
did.
name
I
drop. No,
But look, there you go. Look how fresh that sole still is.
because you ain't wearing.
Rocks in them joints.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You're not trying to get beat up. That's why.
They have some wear to them. But yeah, these are the only
Yeah.
ones I had. When they got to the spinner age, I was done. I was more of a Chris Webber fan, but those mirrors.
Which is so funny you threw Jared because Jared has never won nothing other than Nike. I've never seen him in Adidas. I've never seen him in a Reebok. Nothing but Nike. He might have gassed you up on them joints, bro.
He set you
might
up.
have
Bro.
gassed you,
He
son.
set you up.
But I was gonna get him regardless of what he said. I mean, you know.
He was being nice.
Yeah, probably.
He ain't gonna
Who
clown,
knows?
bro. But nah, hands down, yo, this is not a cop. This is nothing like this. Yo, yes, I will have to agree. Either this is probably the worst shoe ever made for basketball, bro. Like, just look at it. It's disgusting. Like, I feel like this is the shoe you make when, like, the 2K version. They give you generic shoes. This is the shoe they give you on the 2K joint. It comes with the play. Like, you can't afford no shoes. Like, your man sucks. Like, you know, he can't shoot jump shots. You can't handle the rock at all, bro. Like, this is the shoe you wear right there. Yeah.
So my question is, like, when you make a cut in those, when you going fast and stop, does it keep spinning? Like, does it keep spinning inside?
It does.
I think the only shoe that's probably as bad as this is them Reebok Preachers from '96.
Oh, shit, those are bad. Those are pretty bad.
Horrible.
Those are pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Horrible.
These joints just take me back to East Bay magazine because like that's the first time I ever saw him was in East Bay, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? And that was Birdman stunting around in Dada's. Was he doing that?
Nah,
He
he
had
had
the boots, son.
Lugs.
And the boots.
Lugs, yeah,
Yeah,
lugs.
he's
All
lugs.
right,
Lugs.
look, all right.
Yo.
Same difference. No matter.
Yo, they were probably on the same page in the mag. You know what I mean? Like,
You know there was some kids sitting at home with a pair of those, like blowing on the fake rim to make it spin. Like, yeah.
Hey, what was
Yo,
the
but I'm
price
saying,
point
but
on
they
them
spin
joints?
those,
Yeah.
son. But they spin.
So,
you
so
know
was
how
the price
like
tag?
they
Yeah, how
give
much were they?
you.
They were like they were like 109. I think they were like 109, right? Because remember they used to have like a real off ass.
Yeah,
like,
they may have been
price-
100.
Price
They
code.
may have been 100.
Yo, I couldn't even put them on keep it in 100 though.
Yeah.
It was
No.
like-
Because you know how like back in the day it'd be like, yo, you wear these shoes like when the Nike Shocks came out. Like it obviously they couldn't make you dunk, but because of the marketing, you thought that that's what they would do. These joints would drop your vertical like 6-7 inches.
Look, Dada, the illest in the game. That's what they say on the box.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they was ill, all right.
C-Dubs.
C-Dubs.
Chris
They
Webber.
sold
let's
We
go.
need to do a show on just Chris Webber shoes alone. Chris Webber's had some.
Hey, but he had some sneaky feelings. It was just
He
tough
did,
though.
I had those feelings. I
Them
got
black and blue gold joints.
Yep, I had those. I had
The
those.
blue and the gold was like up the tongue.
Yep, up the
Yep.
middle. Yep, Them joints was giant hard. I ain't gonna hold you on them.
Yeah, well, he failed on this one.
Just went back to trash in them joints.
Yo. All right. Piff, pass, or push. So this segment is basically I'm going to show y'all a couple shoes. Is one of them dope? Piff. Are you going to pass on the other one? Pass. Or do you feel the same way? It's a push. You either like them both or you think that they're both trash. And this is relevant this week if we've been paying attention to what's going on. So
I only got one of the images, but we'll go with it. Let's go with it. Let's go with it.
So the Addy foam cues, they're saying Adidas had a shoe back in the day called the Quake. Look very similar to these. That's supposed to be the inspiration. These obviously look like some Yeezys. The foam runner joints, you know what I mean? So how do y'all like Piff, pass, or push? How do you guys feel if you had to choose between the foam runners or these? I think we know how Kanye feels. But do you think either one of them are nice? Do you think one of them's trash, or do you feel the same way? How do y'all feel?
Hey, I personally, if I can grab them, I'm gonna grab them because I can't get my hands on the foam runners. So, I'm gonna grab them if I can. To be honest with you, a lot of those people using that EV mode anyway. I just don't like how they like stealing from somebody in the house. Like, it's okay if Nike would have took this idea, but Kanye is in the Adidas house, and you basically going to rip off his shoe and probably sell more, make it more available, so people are going to buy those, like those slides that just came out.
You know why they're doing that? They're doing that because Yeezy is wearing those big ass boots that belong to a whole different company. They're like, man,
it's like, ain't it like Balenciaga boots or something?
Balenciaga, but that's his boy. But he's
the newest one's Balenciagas too.
He's going back to Nike soon. You keep on messing with this stuff.
I got a feeling going back to Nike too, to be honest.
I think he had a Nike hoodie on or something at the last awards at Jordan Air, I think, on the low.
These joints actually kind of like them, but it's funny because if they was some Yeezy joints, it wouldn't be no problem.
Right.
But the funny thing about it, we talk about Salehe too, because Croc did the same shit. Low key, Croc put out a joint that looked just like the damn Salehe joints, bro. Damn near the same shoe. And if I was Salehe, I feel some way about that shit too. But these joints are actually hard. I kind of like them though. But yeah, they are kind of they got phone running vibes though. But I like them though. I grab them.
I do think they're dope. I do think that Adidas did this, just to give Kanye a little spanking, because he has mentioned, he has mentioned in the past, a black man should always be able to wear Jordans. That should be in his contract and stuff like that. So I think they know, like, hey, you want to keep playing and thinking you're bigger than a brand. We can show you that, hey, we can put out something that look just like yours, and we can mass produce it, and we'll sell a bunch of them. So yeah, I think sometimes Kanye can get a little, not sometimes, all the time he can get his britches, and somebody got to let him know, like, yo, you got to relax.
Yep.
But I do think the shoe is dope.
These shits look like somebody spilled Frosty on them from Wendy's.
The vanilla Frosty joints.
Yeah, and for this, I'm definitely gonna pass because it looks like somebody just said, "Damn." Oh wait, that's actually kind of.
Frosty.
I might as well just go ahead and make these shits a pair of shoes. Like, it's like that hybrid. This is like when they started making those team shoes for people to wear that couldn't get Jordans. Like, fuck that. That shit's a pass. That's not me.
Hey, those first Jumpman joints were dope though.
No. I didn't say Jordans. I said when you couldn't get the Jordans, the team, the coach was like, well, we're going to be wearing the team shoes where you can change out the color straps because, that's the color of the team. Nah, fuck that. We was always wearing Jordans. These look like some shit that they tried to put back. I'm good.
Which is crazy. A couple of months ago, I think I saw a picture of that, and everybody thought that was going to be the next like the V2
Yeah.
of the foam runners.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah, like the V2 of the foam runners, and they like
got lace.
Adidas was like,
psych.
But they was down with it though. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah. Oh, they gonna like those slides that just came out. They look just like the Yeezy slides.
Yo.
I still couldn't even get a pair, which is crazy. I saw them.
But yo, you can they under 100. You can get them.
Yeah. So,
but nah, real talk. Them joints are not that comfortable, bro.
They're not. Yeah. So
yeah,
they knock
pair,
off
bro.
because Yeezys slides are comfortable.
Yeah, nah, they not. Yo, I can vouch
getting
'cause I got a foam runners, yo, comfortable. The slides are not comfortable. The Adidas joints, yo, not comfortable, bro. Those joints they like the old school Adidas slides, yo, like the joints with the spikes on them, little plastic joints.
So the foam runners are like a Bentley.
Yeah,
and those are like the.
Wait, hold on.
The C.
What's the married couple talking about whipped cream in our comments? What are they doing?
Exactly. I don't know what they're doing. My cousin blessed me with a pair of Yeezy slides this week. He had actually got 2 pairs shipped to him, and he know I wear a size 12. And he said, "Look, I got an extra pair of these black joints, size 12. They're yours. You want?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna turn them free. Yeezy slides.
Do they fit?"
Now here we go. The issue. You have to go up. You have to go up one size in the Yeezy slide because I can wear them without socks. Right. Yeah, I try to put my socks on. That's a whole different story.
I think that shit changes at size 12, and I'm gonna say this because I have a pair of 11s and I have a pair of 10s, and those motherfuckers are the same size.
Yeah,
like it doesn't make any sense. Like
it depends on which ones you got.
I bought the 11s. Because they said go up a full size. Those shits fit perfect. One of my boys, when they did the drop of the Pures and the Onyx, he hit on both of them. And he was like, "Yo, I'm not going to keep both of them. You know, if you want the pure ones, I'll sell them to you for retail." So I was like, "Yeah." So I try them on. I'm like, "Yeah, these fit fine." I bring them home. I put them side by side, the 10 and the 11. It's the same shoe. These motherfuckers are the same size. Doesn't make any sense.
It depends when they came out. Like the older models, the sizing are off. He tried to correct them, but it's what it is.
All I know is I didn't turn them down. I'll wear them around just without socks.
I mean, you can stun at the pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Straight vacation mode for you when
they comfortable as shit though. That boost is in them or whatever.
They're chunky.
Nah, the other drinks do not got the booster. I can tell you that much.
All right, let's show some sneakers and let's call it a night. I'll go ahead and lead it off.
Real quick before we show sneakers, can I jump in with a wild card segment real quick?
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to say it's still fuck Jordan 1 mids. That's all.
That should be a name. Instead of regular old guy, fuck mids.
That's all I want to see.
There's some good colorway mids getting ready.
Ricardo,
you gonna love these mids.
Present.
You gonna love these mids, Ricardo. You gonna love these mids.
I would never love mids.
I mean, I think I even asked this question last time. So if they did a Dior mid, you wouldn't, or a Joe Freshgood mid. Off-white mid.
All right, perfect example. You know what mids remind me of? You remember how when the Chrysler 300 came out?
Bentley.
It looked like a Bentley until the Bentley pull up next to it. If you have on your mids, I don't care what colorway you have on. If I come up next to you in some highs, it doesn't look the same.
Now I'm gonna be thinking of Cat Williams.
How you feel about
that shit is funny as shit.
How you feel about the comfort highs, those? The comfort highs.
Well, ones aren't the most comfortable shoe. I mean, if we're being honest, Jordans in general aren't comfortable. They're not made to wear all day.
No.
Right. The most recent ones with the React soles, but they aren't like part of the numbers. They're just like
correct.
I saw a picture earlier because it's about to be football season. They had Elijah Moore, about to be second-year receiver for the Jets. He's hanging out with AJ Brown. They both went to college together. Wide receiver for the Eagles now. AJ Brown is wearing Brett 11s. Elijah Moore is wearing some New Balances. He's wearing like some 990s. And I was like, yo, I know Elijah Moore is more comfortable right now then people might be hyping up AJ Brown's fit more, but I guarantee you, Ja is way more comfortable than him. I can guarantee it.
I don't know. I will say this because Clay will let you know. Like I wore Jordan cleats every year, like that I played football, and by far the cleats were actually more comfortable because the sole was swapped out. So,
but these were just the regular basketball shoes. Like they're just hanging out.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's definitely if we get to the actual football term, like his cleats are actually comfortable, which is actually shocking when you think that it's a basketball shoe. But them shits, the 13s is probably the best football shoe that I actually ever put on.
Mm-hmm. What about are they comfortable? Are they golf? Are they comfortable? The golf?
Yeah, how are the golf joints?
You're on mute. The fours is like phenomenal. Like because if you look at it, right, the common golf shoe is really thin, right? So it's supposed to be, but when you got that cushion, you almost have the thing is like we're athletes by the sport that we came from, right? We weren't initially golfers, right? So when you have that shoe on, you have a stance of an athlete that you feel comfortable. When you got on golf shoes, you feel like you out there probably pigeon-toed and boat-legged all at the same time trying to swing a damn club. So it just works, you know what I'm saying? And I got I think I got 3 pair because I got the bronze 4s, I got the Torrey Pines 4s as well, and another pair. So they pretty dope.
But the new golf shoes, the Jordan joints, like the ones they made like the actual basketball shoes. So it don't got the spikes in them or nothing like that. So that's what's cool about them joints. But I ain't gonna lie, it was like wet grass, your ass gonna slip in them shits. There's no grip on them joints. You gotta have good turf.
All right, let's show some stinkers. All right, so I was talking about earlier, shoes not matching, but shoes kind of being your own fit in general before you not matching the clothes. So, what I wore today, everybody knows in the group chat that I was pressed that I won these. Probably my biggest win of the year thus far.
Oh,
so
like them joints.
The orange print NMD HUs, super comfortable. Only thing just about this in general is one, back to the sock issue. These are meant to wear without socks. Mm-hmm. Because it's just, this is a sock liner. It's just, you have to wear without socks. But it's kind of, just to get in the shoe itself is tough sometimes if you wear socks. But other than that, it's comfortable. The boost is super comfortable. Obviously, I like colors. And when I was watching Something in the Water at home, I noticed
not right folks, next to B.
Yeah, I noticed a couple of folks was rocking them early, and these joints look these are different. These look dope. So that's it.
All right. Well, I wanted to go somewhere different since it's the summertime.
Okay.
And ever since I started BEZ Shoe and Fashion Reviews, look like I'm spending more money on high fashion shit.
Real quick, shout out to B for the 10,000 views.
Oh, yeah, 60,000. 60,000.
60,000. Oh, 60,000.
I was gonna say something before when he did his segment. I was like, "Oh, this nigga's good." Like he knows. You can tell he got hours into that shit, though.
Hey, I'm learning, man. I'm be honest with you. I actually record stuff and don't bring it out because if I don't like it, and then record it again. And I'm changing lights and I'm changing topics and I'm going crazy over it. But the 60,000 made me come back in it because you kind of want to get out of it. You like, man, I'm not getting paid.
It's a lot of work.
Who's following me? I spend 3 hours for 2 minutes of work with three likes, and 2 of them are me from a different account. And one is my wife. But yeah,
it's the consistency, man.
People, I can see what people want to see, and it's basically if you either entertaining or solving a problem. So what I try to do, I try to show you, okay, here's a shirt. It's sold online. You don't know how they fit. I'm gonna buy it first. I'm gonna tell you if it fit big, if it fit small. and you know,
Yo, because you got me with that Balenciaga Gap joint. The way you explained it, and it made sense though, because I didn't think about it like that though.
yeah, he likes stuff overly big. So when we bought it, we like, oh shit, they fucked it up. But then once you start looking at it, you're like, no, this is Yeezy style, and you bought it in Yeezy style, basically.
Yeah, but you gotta layer it though.
Yeah, it's meant for layer. Every picture was layered. That's why I haven't wore it yet. I'm gonna
Got
wait till wintertime and layer it with a hoodie. But now when it comes to fashion, I'm buying Piff. I have coming up next month. We bought it 3 months ago. I got the Dapper Dan Gap hoodie that ran 90. That's coming in next month. So I see myself changing, but it's something, probably the biggest purchase I bought back in 2018 to treat myself. And this is summertime. So I'm bringing in the Gucci's. But subtle, not your regular green,
Sheesh.
but it's
Is that navy blue?
and red. Yeah, navy blue and red.
Oh shit.
Then you got the logo going across here. So yeah, these are one of my first Gucci pair. I barely wore them.
Those are tough.
Bought them 2018. I might have worn them once a year, but definitely this summer, I'm out here. Oh yeah,
Nice.
comfortable leather. This is the quality. I understand when they say Gucci and stuff. Not like you get like a big name brand that collab with another sneaker, and they give you a crazy price point. But now you get what you pay for these.
Oh no, that's
talking about Adidas?
Genuine Italian leather.
Yeah. These are, you can smell it.
Winter blue.
They killed the cow this morning.
Yeah, I want to show something different.
So I'll go something different. This is actually an Instagram purchase. You know how you flipping through Instagram.
Famous for that shit. I'm famous for that shit.
These little sponsor ads keep popping up and keep popping up and keep popping up. So this ad kept popping up of this Salehe.
Those are bad. Those are bad as shit. Those are all.
Yeah, so this is like my summer. Just throw on sneaker, no socks.
Yep.
Run some errands or something. I always try to buy at least one sneaker a summer that I don't care if I really beat it up. I'm just gonna wear it. It's comfortable. This shoe is comfortable as hell.
I wanted the orange ones. I think I told you that when you first posted. I was like, dog, I wanted them orange ones.
Yeah, it's some other colors.
It's a couple colorways I like in them joints.
That I think I'm gonna go back and get. But yeah, this is the Grid 2000 from Salehe.
Look, shout out to Instagram and that ad based type of product, because I'll buy anything off a damn Instagram ad quick. Like damn, I need that.
They got me the other day, man. Just bought some shorts off that shit.
Look, did you see the basketball shorts that had like the different teams?
That was the shorts I got. They got
you got all the same targeted ads.
Yep. They was like, yeah, he got them pennies. Go ahead and get these Orlando shorts.
Yep. We show up to the party with the same outfit on. Like, damn, we shop at Instagram too.
Possible. Nah, these are a bit of nostalgia, man, and we, as we talked about, music and TV experiencing your fashion and influencing your fashion. These are one of the ones I always wanted to get. I had the black and gray ones, but
yeah.
Shout out to Nori. I never forget. Yo, that song, it always the first Nori album, yeah. I copped the Jordans and the Felines too, but I love the Bo Jacksons, the orange and blue. And, since I heard that joint, I always wanted to get these joints. And when I had a chance to cop them, and they got slept on because the same day the Travis Scott joints came out, and everybody forgot about these joints. Yep. So I slid right up in there and just grabbed them. I ain't had to get no drawing or nothing, no raffle. I just went and bought them, But yeah, man, the Bo Jackson joints, orange, blue, the Auburn colorways, man, it's just classic, man. You can't simple, man. Oh, I'm waiting for my my Fear God hat to come in. Bam, got you.
them low top red and black.
This shit is hard too, man.
So me and the sneaker app pretty much divorced each other. So I pretty much had to go, and I was getting some random, I call it random wins on the Confirmed app. and rojo being one of my favorite colors.
Oh,
You know,
I think we know
was
what
able
these are.
to definitely
Yeah.
come
Oh,
across. And
Nice.
I definitely saw this come across, and I had to look at that shit twice. Like, did I say I got that shit? That shit is crazy. And but these red ones is hard. Again, knowing that we saw with the Yeezy Day lineup, you know, the blue ones definitely on the list. I don't know if I probably got to wear those out of town. I probably won't wear those here. These I can wear, you know, where I currently stay. So, you know, we're good with that. But definitely a cop that was a good look on it.
Alternate laces? I know typically they don't, but do they come with another lace? Okay.
No, it does come with another lace. It's the same ones that are already in there, but which was strange. So yeah.
What is it? Can you wear? Okay, wear those over there. Gotcha.
Now, I'm just giving E credit because he had to travel with those. You know what I mean? Because he's no. I showed these on the regular We Are Something Else podcast, but these are perfect for this show. And I told B that he would get to show these off for his show at some point. But they go perfect with the Joe. So these the baby shower blue, Joe Freshgood 9060s. Actually, I like these blue joints. In my opinion, I like them better than the pick joints. And again, we know, most of us know the story. It got lucky. I've worn them, so these are not dead stock anymore.
Wear your shoes.
Wear your shoes.
Wear your shoes.
Did you spray them first?
Yes.
Okay.
These got sprayed. Rust-Oleum, give us a sponsorship.
Exactly.
But yeah, like.
Yo, them joints like you just walk on clouds, man.
Yeah, dude. New Balance, we were talking about it earlier. The quality is ridiculous already. Even before collab, you can buy a regular pair of gray New Balances. Doesn't matter. 990, 997, 993 doesn't matter. They're going to be incredible. You know, they're going to be incredibly comfortable. 1300, 1500, whatever. Crazy. And so you add in Joe Freshgood touch to these, and
is that quoted?
Yeah, but that's sock liners.
Yeah, it's like a quilted.
Wow.
The suede on here is ridiculous. You know, it's got the Absorb midsole, very cozy. Yeah, and honestly, like the resale prices now are not ridiculous. So I'm probably gonna end up copping the pink joints too, just because.
So CB, as of right now, is that your sneaker of the year?
As of right now, it's definitely in contention. Like it's on the short list. We'll be very surprised if it's not up there. It's definitely on the short list for sure. These are because this is a new model. You know what I mean? It's different from us being like, oh, it's a Jordan 1 collab. Oh, it's a Dunk collab. Oh, it's another pair of Yeezys. Like 9060, did those exist before Joe Freshgoods? You know what I mean? So, you know, like though B brought up last year when Yeezy came out, was the 450s, 450. Like completely new silhouette. Give him credit for that. Like, dude, these are sick. These are sick. Cozy boy certified. What you talking about?
Look, I almost forgot about one thing I wanted to do tonight, and it'll be quick. But I need your eyes front and center.
That is ridiculous. He look like he about to do something though.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Why is he running like that? First of all,
he's a weirdo.
And she's stuck.
Look, she got to pay for those too.
Yeah, that's coming out of the check.
Coming out of her check.
Look, Potomac Mills.
Oh, that's what it was.
Bro.
I mean, you're gonna ring up somebody who's wearing their shit like that. You know what I mean?
He's already looked suspect. Where's everybody else?
You're the only one in the store too. Wow,
bro,
that's an inside job, bro.
Exactly. What store? Anybody know what? I got an idea what store that is.
Nah, I ain't been in with
I
Tommy
know
Mills
what
in
they
like
made.
years.
Yeah.
That's
I
his,
thought it
that's
may
his
have been
first time. That's his first time robbing too, because you could tell by the way he was running
He
away.
ran.
Or he's just not athletic.
First of all,
Yeah.
why are you
He
letting
doesn't
him
look
in the
like he ever
store?
played a
With,
sport in his life.
why are you
He had
letting him
on
in the
dot-
store like that?
He had on those mirror dadas. That's
Those
why he was
dadas.
running like that.
The other part about that that's crazy is the way Potomac Mills is set up.
Yo,
Unless
He
that
got a
store,
long ass way to run. He got a
unless
long
that
ass
store is
run.
like right next to a door exit, it's a long run to an exit. It's
Yeah.
He got a long.
Inside job.
Hey, and Carter,
That's
Carter,
just
don't let
empty.
that joint be in the middle of the mall, bro. You know how far the exit is, bro.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
He had to have been training for like a 5K or something to rob that.
But
shit.
his pants are too tight. That's probably why. Look at this. That's why he's running like that.
Yo,
he had his
I feel
hood.
like
Was
I
this
feel like,
recent?
I feel
Was
like he
this
got.
like
I feel like he got the
recent?
Drake
Yeah,
Nike
500s.
joint though, son.
It's a 500 release.
Here's my thing. If this wasn't an inside job, she should have ran after him and yelled, "Stop
You're not
that guy!"
I was about to say,
In
you're
the
not
middle of
supposed,
the
Oh
damn
no, you
mall.
can see the date on that joint though.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to run.
Stop that guy. That's all you had
what
to do.
was the date?
Yeah,
Let's
go.
go
You can
back.
see the
One more
date in the
time, one more
corner.
time.
Yeah, that was recent, I think.
Because why the fuck is this man wearing a fucking jacket
I think that
when
shit
it's
was
90
like
degrees
January,
outside?
bro. Nah,
Yeah,
that shit was June.
Six
Oh
months.
hell nah, bro. He was suspect anyway. This nigga had a bubble coat on in June.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Nah,
should let
you
him in
don't
the
allow
store in the
that
first
bitch in the
place.
store. You got a fucking jacket on in June when it's been 90 plus degrees out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Dog,
fuck
not
outta
just a
here.
jacket, he had a bubble coat, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, he had
With
a
the- with
I can
the
see
hood
he had a
up.
windbreaker on, maybe.
the
This
hood
nigga had a
up.
bubble coat, son.
That was her
She
boyfriend. That was her
Yeah,
boyfriend.
that's
You
that's
just say inside. It's got to be inside job. It's got
Gotta
to be
be.
you
inside
didn't
job.
even run after him.
Bullshit.
Hey, stop that guy. Nothing.
Bro, but I feel like he had the same. I feel like he had the Drake Nikes on, son. Like
They
Drake
match.
Nikes, yo, the Drake Nikes are what you do to pull capers, work for the Metro and cafeteria workers. Like everybody I know, like I feel like he that's why he made the shoe for, yeah. It was for
The official
cafeteria
shoe of
workers
the
and Metro
MTA.
drivers.
You gotta
And
wear.
the dance with his new damn CD.
Listen, you gotta wear those shoes to understand that Drake album.
Yeah,
Drake.
No, you don't
Corner-
wear those shoes to understand the Drake album. That does not correlate.
that's
The Drake album come. The
the
Drake album come with like the thong sandal joints. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta wear to listen to the Drake album. Like you gotta have like a party shirt on with like a couple gold chains with your chest hair showing and some thong sandals to listen to the Drake album. Yeah.
Not the chancletas.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
You know what it is, baby. You know.
All right, y'all. Look, we do this sneaker thing once a month. We may need to figure out maybe bringing in its own entity, maybe like small short segments, maybe throughout the week, maybe the weekend or whatever, talking about releases. But there's plenty of room for growth for Soul Tales. But Ricardo, thank you, brother, for reaching out. And look, anytime you want to come on through. Leave that Jordan mid talk, on the other side of the camera.
I'm gonna get it. So me and my wife, we have a picture wall. We change the pictures out every 6 months or so.
Oh, wow.
Next time I come on here, maybe a picture of a Jordan 1 mid with like a X on it. And one of those pictures. I can't believe y'all like.
I got a question though: the Dadas or the mids?
Socks.
Neither one.
Yeah,
Piff, pass or push.
Yeah,
You gotta wear one.
Push.
You gotta wear one.
This is blasphemy.
You gotta wear it. Exactly. That's all right, E. We ain't gotta worry about they be sold out outside. It's fine.
Oh no,
One
good,
last
baby.
thing. One
I'm
last
buying
thing.
all the mids. I ain't tripping. I'm the mid king, baby. And I don't give a damn about it. You ain't gonna shame me. You ain't gonna mid shame me, baby.
The mid is dope. You don't
Hey,
want
look.
mid-grade weed. You don't want
Hey,
mid
look.
dunk.
Hey, first of all, this is what you should do. First of all, nah, hold on. Hey, now, ho, stick to the mid-grade weed. Some of that shit's too strong, bro. Nobody should be smoking some of that shit, bro. For real talk. You should be smoking some of that shit. Nah, just give me. I'm going old school. Yeah. Hey, look, give me cess. Give me doobies. Yeah, I don't want that new grade stuff is ridiculous.
You want your shit with seeds in it, popping in.
I don't know how. I'm not going back that far.
One last thing goes back to what you said earlier. Wear your shoes, guys.
Right.
your shoes, bro.
Absolutely wear them. Absolutely. All right, y'all.
Unfortunately,
Look.
my uncle's funeral was this past week.
Oh, I saw
and
the man. Condolences.
his favorite shoe was the Prada American Cup.
Oh,
I haven't worn that shoe in probably 10 years. It had been sitting. And as a way to honor him, I decided I was going to wear it to the funeral. Not paying no attention. I'm seeing little black things all in the church. So I went outside for a second, to come back. And I felt all of a sudden I started feeling every rock in the ground. The sole and midsole from one of the shoes. And was like 2 feet behind me.
That joint disintegrated.
It's black rubber everywhere. Like, I'm sure after the service was over, they was like, "What the hell were they in here doing?" Because the shoe like disintegrated.
I saw the picture, man. That was
Wear your shoes.
Wear your shoes.
Wear your shoes.
Nah, that's a fact.
Man,
Hey,
shoes.
nah.
Shoes.
All right,
This is
y'all.
how
For the culture. Peace.
Peace.